Hi, welcome to Connect with the Nikola Tesla Coach team and consciousness fields. My name is Joy. I'm an energy healer and spiritual advisor. And today I am going live to talk about the secrets of back to the source or creation and also open to questions. So if you want to ask any questions regarding today's topics, you're more than welcome to type in the chat and I will have a look and answer back to your questions. So while we're still waiting, hopefully more people to join us. So today I'm going to cover back to creation. So if people are on this spiritual journey, I think the most amazing thing is to go back to the source. I think that's what most people will be talk about or dream about. You know, people want to say, I want to go home, go back home to where I came from. So it's also that my understanding before I get to know, I received the energy work from Nikola Tesla codes. I think that's also a general understanding for most people that back to the source is the destination. But today I'm actually going to share is actually it's a beginning instead of the destination. So how come it's the other way around? So I'm trying to explain this, this concept in the image and help to help you to get more understanding. And of course, it's very abstract. So I'm doing my best to explain this concept in the image format. So I think most people will say, what is creation? What is source? And some people will talk about 0 point, unified field, whatever you can call it. Like there are many different names. Even people call it God, creator. And then, so most people would simplify, use a symbol as a dot. And this is like the original point where everything starting from. But this is just a concept that everything comes from this nothingness, and because of from this creation, it creates lots of fields, and then where we like cosmos and different fields. So in some people, they may understand the understanding for most people, they were thinking, oh, in our wherever we are, our cosmos, we have different dimensions, and then you might start from the 3D or third density, and then you start moving up to the fourth dimension, and then you go 5D, and then 6, 7, 8, and go up. And some people say it's like 12 dimension, and some people say more than that. So this was also my understanding before I have this realization. Is actually not the truth. What happened is when we understand what happened if all this is just a field, or we say it's like a cosmos being created, and it's actually in combination with, we say different matrices or programs, and as we know, we are in this cosmos is kind of being contaminated. So that's why lots of people struggling is sort of caught up in certain realm and trying to getting out. But when people try to get out, they are not actually getting out of this realm. They're just trying to move up from here, the third dimension, to the fifth dimension, or to the seventh, and upwards. And without realizing, it's actually not the true so-called ascension. And after I received this word from Nikola Tesla codes, I understand that we need to actually exit. By exiting this contaminated cosmos, the shortcut is actually like most direct way is go back to here. So here you can say, creation. People say 0 point, even people call it God. You can have many different names, but the idea is the same. So this is more like you back to the resetting point. So imagine if you go out for a trip and somehow you go to the place that you got lost and you experience whatever you need to experience. But then how do you go back? The easiest way out is to go back to where you came from. And from there, you move on to other destination. So as our soul journey, our progression, it works the same. So we chose to experience in this realm. And then through experience different dimensions, this can be different galaxies, different universes. And then after, I don't know how long, everyone has different journey, can be millions, 1,000 years of lifetime on the earth time or on different planets. So you kind of explore and experience in all these different life. And as you know, we are multi-dimensional beings, so we can be coexist in different realms at the same time. So apparently some of our existence, we sort of getting, you can say stuck, or you just say experience, and trying to, it's like a game. So that's why people say it's like a game, like a creation, make this game and observe itself, how it's experienced in this lower density. So as an individual, we are all the spark from here. And when we experience what we need to experience, we kind of trying to explore something else. So it's really depending on individual's journey. So if you feel like, it's drawn to you, you feel like, I'm having enough in this place where you experience a lot of, polarity, negativity, all this, diverse, and you're really trying to, whatever is in here, there's also, it still has its limitation. And that's why we're trying to go back here. And then from here, you can explore, because the thing is, if we only back to this point, what are you going to do after you go back to the source? We still want to do something, right? So we're not just when we go home and we stay at home forever. So you get stuck at home. So what's the point of going home where you stay there and doing nothing? So we are still progress. So after we exit, you can say this, can have, say, matrix or contemplative cosmos or different names. And then after you exit this one, you can explore something that is with no contamination. So you can explore more different consciousness where you can connect with so many. Before we talk about like in the super consciousness field, there are so many consciousness fields is in this super consciousness. Excuse me. So from here, we can continue with our journey to learn and explore more information or knowledge, whatever you call it, without having to get stuck here all the time. Because by design, the default is like when you, for example, like you playing computer games, excuse me. When you try to like play computer games, so the computer game always have obstacles and try to knock you down. So you have to break through all these, obstacles and move. You sort of moving up one after another, and then after that you go to your destination. And then what happens after you reach the destination is actually we move on, we play another game. So This is the time we actually, through Tesla codes, the work, and also with other consciousness fields. I actually found this super consciousness field, and they are assisting us to exit from here back to here, and after that, we can explore more in this field. So how do we, this is basically idea. So this is actually a secret that most people, they don't know. Because I've been in this spiritual journey for 10 years, more or less. And then 90% I heard or I was told, or you can Google all this information. Say, let's go back to the source. Let's go back home. And everyone's aiming at the destination here. But then if you go back here, we are aiming to, we want to really grow, we trying to grow something higher, but you can go up here and come back again. That's why lots of people, if you have no understanding, you might think, oh, that's the only way out. You come back. You come back to the source, and you come back to the matrix or to this contaminated cosmos again. And then it becomes a cycle. You're looping here and you never exit. It's like maybe long time, and have to wait for certain, suddenly you have this understanding, or suddenly you have this information. You actually know there is a different other cosmoses that we can explore. So the work, this platform, and together, me and Mima, we sort of working together to bring out this work is to assist people who are resonate with this. That's why I try to explain. If you resonate with this concept, but it's not actually concept, because the energy works actually would energetically helping people exit this realm, and then back to here, and from here we move up to here. So if you look at my previous video, I was talking about a super consciousness. It's just like an exercise, it's activation to connect our conscious as a human conscious in this realm, and have this connection to our higher self, which is part of super consciousness here. And then next week, we actually going to have another group session. It's called Back to Creation Activation. And this is the beginning of the work we're going to do in the future, because there's a resetting point. This is like a reset. It's a reset point. So doesn't matter where we are at, because some people might able to access different dimension reality in this, dimension matrices, whatever you call it. And now we are going to the resetting point, which is back to the creation. And through the Tesla codes, you can actually get there. And then from there, we are going to explore many more opportunities. So you can actually go to my website, where I'll put on my link after this recording. And I will upload the latest recording, and also the group sessions we're going to offer as a, to help assist people to move on, move up, to expand their consciousness, as people normally say. So because this is a year we're trying to build up more, because it's very new work. So I believe lots of people not familiar. Therefore, I'm making like this video, this live chat, and people can have more understanding of our work. So if you have any questions, so if you listen to this recording later on and you still have questions, you're welcome to put in the chat, and I'll get back to you when I'll check all the comments wherever I can. So this is very powerful, because this is actually breakthrough the misunderstanding of this, like we can say spiritual community. A lot of people, they actually don't know, they don't realize back to the creation, back to the source is not the end. It's just the beginning when you try to progress to something higher. So that's why I'm trying to bring out this information for people, to have this understanding. We are not limited ourselves, because we think, oh, source. Of course, from here, it's like, from the creation field, can create infinite. We can create so many. Like, as a creator, you can create so many. It's all from here. You can create so many fields. You can create so many. So it has an infinity, you can say infinite. So this is no limitation, can create anything. But as an individual soul, it's through our journey, and we learn and we experience and we grow. It's through our consciousness, because now we are here, we choose to experience in the physical existence as a consciousness. But in other field, maybe it's non-physical, but energetically the consciousness is there. It might be represented as a light and different color. You can have different sound, has a light, like vibration and frequency. So this is all way of expression, the existence. And simply we are now sort of choose to experience in this physical form, to have this physical experience. So there are other ways to experience different types of consciousness. So if you're thinking, this is for you to exit this, whatever we hear, because most of us, whoever on the earth, is most likely in here. Part of us, because we have many parallel timeline, and is most likely in here. Part of us, because we have many parallel timeline, and we here, and this is a time, if you think this is, take this opportunity to get out of here. And that's as for me, it's for, like, I feel like it's great opportunity, because I've been, before I really want to go home. I say, oh, I want to go home back to the source. But then, when you realize, oh, now you're back to the source, and then what? We're not staying there forever, right? We still want to move on to explore more different fields. So this is the foundation. This is the first step. So we are actually offering the group session next week. Okay, actually it's the first Tuesday in March. Yes, so you can check out the website, and you can drop an email if you have any questions. And this is from there. So in the future, any energy work we will need, it's like a basic requirement is we need to do this back to creation activation, because you have to go reset energetically. You go to the reset, and then from there, so the high consciousness, they can take you otherwhere else. So this is kind of energetically how it works. So hopefully my explanation today can help you with more understanding. It's a pyramid. There's a question from Dean Edward. So this is just it's not really, I'm just trying to explain in a very abstract concept in graphics. And unfortunately, yeah, in this at the moment, like people will, this is a kind of expression, like, normally people will try to explain, you move out, but this is kind of program type of thing, like you have to move up like a pyramid. But Actually, it doesn't work that way. I'm just trying to explain because we are multi-dimensional being. We are access all different dimensions like at the same time. This is one way a tradition, lots of people will explain that way, but you can also, maybe you can just put, oh, you know, like a, sorry, maybe you can just put a, like a circle, you know, you can circle. So this is just different. You can say this is 3D, this is 4D, because this is, we can't really, it's about different density or dimension, is just a vibration, and it's coexistent in the same, can be coexist in the same space. So imagine one person, this moment, he's in this meditation state. In the same place, he can feel, maybe he can feel here, right? But then when some noise outside, someone's fighting outside, he got irritated. So he might come to this 3D reality, but still here. But your vibration change, your density, your dimension change. So hopefully this explains how that works. So this is really visual, but try to understand. Um, it's just an example, but it doesn't really work that way. But just trying to let you understand, like, you know, people might explain that way, but it's actually is a way of expression. Hope you get what I mean. Yes, right. Okay, so thank you, Jody, for joining me. So if you have any questions, you can type on the chat, and then, okay, thank you. Yeah, so if you have any more questions, you're more than welcome to type it here. Even if you listen to the recording, you can type here. But I think the best if you type it now, because I can answer straight away. So we can have sort of interaction. So I will give a minute or so. So if you have any more questions, you can type in the chat, and I will try to answer while I'm here. So I'm really hoping to do this every week around this time. That's what I'm aiming to building up this routine. So for people, you will know, oh, this is when you can ask questions and have this live interaction with me. Okay, so just a recap. Yeah, well, if you listen to the recording, probably just very quickly. Yeah, so basically this is where we are, and you can say this is contaminated cosmos. That's why lots of people are trying to exit, you know, because we had lots of, you can say, density and the experience, you know, they will create some experience in our life. We can't really say it's good or bad, but most people will experience as negative density. And when we experience enough, we think it's time to move on, because what happened with the design here is tend to keep you there and repeat, recycle and recycle. So if you think you have enough of your experience here, and you're really trying to move up to somewhere else, you can say this is the exit point. You know, that's why people like say back to the source, back to the source. But then most people, they didn't really tell you what happened when you go back here. But this is actually in our work. This is the entry point for you to grow, to move up to other consciousness field. All right, so I think I should have spending enough time for today. So thank you for connecting with me. You can check out the website, which is a link I'll provide in the comment section below. So please check it out, and we're going to have more topics coming up, and I will keep updating on my website, and also I will explain every week. Same with Q&A. So thank you for connecting with me, and I'll see you next week. Bye.